नमो नन्तलीलये देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकाय तदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलये देवाय तुभ्यं श्री कृष्ण। Oh, Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. I turned on the computer till 6, from 6 o'clock. Whenever I turn on early, you won't come.
I left a message, Mataji. You got the message?
I didn't get any. Surprisingly.
I sent a message.
I don't know. I didn't get. I was looking. I called Chatterjee Prabhu. He told me.
Oh, sorry, Mataji.
No problem. I will get it somewhere or other.
We'll start. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai
Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai
Jai
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai
Jai
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later pastimes means the pastimes after Mahaprabhu's acceptance of sannyas. So the later pastimes are divided into two sections, Madhya Leela and Antya Leela. So this is a synopsis of the pastimes that happened after Mahaprabhu's acceptance of sannyas. So here now, just recently we read about Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami's meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramkeli. So Mahaprabhu is traveling after accepting sannyas. Mahaprabhu first desiring to go to Vrindavan, he went, but then he turned around and went to Shantipur. And from there, Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri. And after staying in Jagannath Puri for some time, and also after the South India travels, Mahaprabhu returned from South India, attended the Rath Yatra, told the devotees to come and attend the Rath Yatra festival, and Mahaprabhu then sent his devotees to preach in different places. So what we are reading right now is Mahaprabhu desiring to go to Vrindavan, and he is going via Bengal. So in Bengal he first went to Vidyanagar, to Vidyavachaspati's house. From there, Mahaprabhu went to Kuliagram, which is Navadvip, modern day Navadvip. And then from there he went to Ramkeli. So in Ramkeli lived Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, who were actually born as Brahmanas, but because of their service to the Muslim ruler Nawab Hussain Shah, uh, they were in a very respectable position as Prime Minister and Finance Minister, and because of their service to this king, Muslim king, their habits and their behavior and their externally to the world, even their names were all changed to Islam. So now they are meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uh, in secret. They went there at midnight so that nobody would recognize them. In disguise, they went and they requested an audience with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They first met with Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, and then Nityananda Prabhu brought them to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And upon seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking, although they were in such, materially speaking, they were practically next to the king. That was their position. Very, very powerful. But still, when they came in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they presented themselves as the most fallen. They fell down on the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in great humility. And they said that you are Patita Pavana, you are the deliverer of the fallen. We are the most fallen. You won't find anyone in the entire creation who's more fallen than us. You have come to show mercy, and you won't find a better candidate than us to uh, prove your mercy, right? Because if you deliver us, then your name as Patita Pavan is going to be glorified all over the universe. Everyone will come to know how merciful you are because you have delivered the most fallen people like me and my brother, like us. So then, after hearing these words of great humility, how did Mahaprabhu respond? That's what we are going to read now. Shuni Mahaprabhu kohe, Shuno Dabir Khas, Tumi Dui Bhai Mora Puratana Das. After hearing the prayer of Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Dabir Khas, you two brothers are my old servants. Huh? You are saying you're the most fallen, but actually you are my very, very, old servants. Means, they are the eternal associates of the Lord. So you are my old servants, right? It's not that we are meeting for the first time here. You are my people. You are my old servants. आजी होते दुहार नाम रूप सनातन दैन्य छाड़ तुम्हारा दैन्य फाटे मोरा मन. My dear Sakar Malik, from this day your names will be changed to Srila Rupa and Srila Sanatan. Now please abandon your humility, for my heart is breaking to see you so humble. So all that we have heard and read so far is from the perspective of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, how they are looking at themselves. Is this a fact that they are the most fallen? Is that the reality? No. The reality is they are the most exalted personalities, most intimate servants of Srimati Radharani and her intimate Sakhis. They're very, very close. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna. And Rupa Goswami is Rup Manjari. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami are Manjaris in the spiritual world. Such exalted personalities. And such exalted personalities, when they present themselves and genuinely feel that they are lower than Jagai and Madhai, right? Jagai and Madhai, it is said in Chaitanya Bhagavat, there's nobody as sinful as them. Except for Vaishnava Aparad, blaspheming Vaishnavas, there was no sin that they had not committed. You cannot find a single sin in all the scriptures, given in the scriptures, which these brothers had not committed. Yamaraj and his assistants were completely overwhelmed. They were on the verge of committing suicide because they couldn't handle bookkeeping of all the sins that these Jagai and Madhai were committing. At every moment, so many sins they were committing. They had night shifts, day and night, 24-hour shifts. People going and taking note of all the sins that Jagai Madhai did. And they were coming back and forth. And they had to have 24-hour shifts to keep record of just these two brothers' sins. And so many people were engaged in that, and they were completely exasperated. They were exhausted. They could not do anymore. And they were like ready to, well, there's no resignation in the, in the in Yamaloka, that you cannot just resign from your job. So what else can they do? We are ready to give up our lives. We cannot live. We cannot do this job anymore. These two brothers don't get tired of committing sins. We get tired of keeping record of their sins. That is the extent of sins. That is why when Mahaprabhu just, it's as if, he took all the records of all the sins, made them into powder, threw it into the ocean. Forget about it. You don't have to. Can you imagine just keeping record and then going over the record and then deciding what punishment should be given? Such a tedious work. When Yamaraj heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he delivered Jagai and Madhai, he just erased, right? He just forgave all their sins. Yamaraj couldn't believe it. It was such a great relief. He started dancing in ecstasy that all his clothes fell off and he wasn't even aware of it. In ecstasy. And he fainted. Dancing. My God, this type of mercy I've never seen. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. I never heard. I cannot conceive. How can someone be so merciful? He fainted. He fainted literally. And his servants were carrying him back because in a faint condition. And all the other demigods, they were saying, what happened to Yamaraj? What happened to Yamaraj? They all came to find out what's going on. And then when they heard, this is what Mahaprabhu did, they were going into ecstasy. So this Jagai Madhai were the most sinful. They were the combination of all the sins committed by Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupal, Dantavakra. Now in Kali Yuga, in Chaitanya Leela, they appeared as Jagai and Madhai. And Rupa Sanatan Goswamis are saying, when you delivered Jagai and Madhai, you didn't have to exert yourself so much. But we are millions and millions of times more fallen than Jagai and Madhai. It won't be so easy for you to deliver us like that. So seeing this type of humility, on one hand, they are the most exalted and they are comparing themselves to the most fallen. Mahaprabhu couldn't bear it. He's saying, please give up your humility. Your humility is breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. I'm not able to stay composed anymore seeing your humility. Please give up this humility. You are my very old servants, Mahaprabhu said. My dear Sakar Malik, and yes, from today onwards, your names are not Sakar Malik and Dabir Khas. From this very day, your names, I am changing your names. Your name is Srila Rupa Goswami, that is Dabir Khas, and Sanatan Goswami. Sakar Malik is Sanatan Goswami. From today onwards, my dear Sakar Malik, from this day your names will be changed. Well, yeah. So here it is just said, Aji hoite duhara nam Rupa Sanatan, Dainya chada tomara dainya hate moraman. So specifically, my dear Sakar Malik is not mentioned in the shloka. Why I am saying? Because sometimes you may get confused. Oh, Sakar Malik means Rupa Goswami because it is saying, my dear Sakar Malik, your name is changed to Rupa Goswami. No. Sakar Malik is Sanatan Goswami, Dabir Khas is Rupa Goswami. So here it is said, my dear Sakar Malik and Dabir Khas, from this day your names are changed to Srila Rupa and Srila Sanatan. Now please abandon your humility, for my heart is breaking to see you so humble. Purport. Actually, this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's initiation of Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. Yes. So when you take initiation, what happens? Your name is changed. Why? Because now you get a new identity. Right? Up until now, how do you introduce yourself? I am the daughter of so and so, I am the wife of so and so, I am the mother of so and so, or I am from this community, I am from this caste. This is my identification. Right? This is my passport number, but social security number. But when you take initiation, you have only one identity. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. My identity is I'm the servant of the servant of the servant. So our parampara has so many servants. Krishna, then you have, so our, if you look at our parampara, we have Rupa Goswami, direct servant of, Srimati Radharani Lalita Sakhi, Rupa Goswami. Then his, Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. Then Rupa Goswami's disciple, Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami's disciple, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Like that. Servant of the servant of the servant of the, coming all the way to your Guru Maharaj and my Guru Maharaj. Right? So, Gopi, but what is my identity when I take initiation from a spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master, coming in the authentic bona fide parampara? My identity from that day onwards is I am a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Gopinath, Krishna, the master of the gopis. That is why our name is changed. So that name, when you get initiated, you must insist that everyone calls you by your spiritual name. You must insist. You must tell everyone, this is my name, my initiated name. Please call me by this name. So Mahaprabhu is saying, your name is changed from today. What does that mean? You are no longer, because you're saying, we are so fallen, we are serving the Muslim king, I'm changing your identity from today. You are no longer a servant of Muslim, or you are no longer, Neech Jati, Neech Karj, and Neech Sangi. No. From today onwards, you are Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami. This means you are initiated by me. Like that. So, actually, this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's initiation of Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. They approached the Lord with all humility, and the Lord accepted them. He accepted them as old servants, as eternal servants, and He changed their names. It is to be understood that that it is essential for a disciple to change his name after initiation. It is essential. It is essential for a disciple to change his name after initiation. Shankachakra Dyurdhapundra Dharana Lakshanam Tannamakaranam Chaiva Vaishnavatvam Ihochyate. After initiation, the disciple's name must be changed. Why? To indicate that he is a servant of Lord Vishnu. The disciple's name must be changed to indicate that he is a servant of Lord Vishnu. The disciple should also immediately begin marking his body with tilak, urdhva pundra, especially his forehead. You should have tilak 24 hours on your forehead, not just when you go to the temple or when you do puja in the morning. Because you are initiated. Initiated means you must have tilak always. Of course, when you go to work, so what devotees do or used to do in olden days, maybe they still do it, is they put water tilak when they go to work. Yeah, they do even now. I know. They put water tilak. That means you still put a tilak, it's not visible because there are some restrictions when you go to. That's why if you work for karmis, then you are forced to follow their ways. But if you are working in a devotee community, you can boldly, happily just dress like a devotee all day long. It's such a privilege to be able to, present yourself for what you are, for what you believe in, right? But when you work for karmis, you're forced to follow their rules, their systems, dress like they want you to dress, speak like they want you to speak, right? Even if you want to tell them about Krishna consciousness, you cannot speak like that. So, but when you take initiation, this is a Shastric statement. After initiation, the disciple's name must be changed to indicate that he is a servant of Lord Vishnu. The disciple should also immediately begin marking his body with tilak, especially his forehead. These are spiritual marks, symptoms of a perfect Vaishnava. This is a verse from the Padma Purana, Uttarakhanda. A member of the Sahajiya Sampradaya does not change his name. Therefore, he cannot be accepted as a Gaudiya Vaishnava. See the significance. When you get a name, don't just think it's simply there on paper. No, you must tell all your friends, relatives, everyone, call me by this name. Your legal name can be the name on paper, but how people call you will be your initiated name. A member of the Sahajiya Sampradaya does not change his name. Therefore, he cannot be accepted as a Gaudiya Vaishnava. If a person does not change his name after initiation, it is to be understood that he will continue in his bodily conception of life. Look at that powerful statement. If he does not change his name after initiation, then it is to be understood that he will continue his bodily conception of life. That means you're not going to make progress in spiritual life, in transcending the material conditions. So everything has a meaning, everything has a significance. We shouldn't take any instruction lightly, especially when it is coming from the spiritual master, whether in his purports or in his verbal instructions. You should take those instructions very seriously, because these instructions, by accepting these instructions, that's the way how we are actually progressing in our spiritual life. So I know I joined late, but I will stop here today. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.